everybody, and welcome back to another Inferno Squadron YouTube video. I'm IS Leader 1, and today I'm very excited to present to you the first video by our invasion leader, IS Little Creeper. Little Creeper has been in the Inferno Squadron since our big explosion boom last summer, and he's been our most active leader since. He is the greatest invasion player I have ever personally played with, as I've never played with anybody who's made it to Wave 9 solo, which is an insane feat. I know some of you might be looking at this video saying, wow, this is a really long video. But hey, this is for those invasion fans out there, and I know there's at least a couple of you. This is your guide if you can't seem to ever get any good invasion teammates. So, let's give it up for Little Creeper.
Hey guys, welcome to my invasion tutorial. Today I'm just going to talk about general invasion strats and what you should and shouldn't be doing. And I'm not actually in the game right now, I'm just watching an old replay of one of my solo runs. So I'll be going through wave 1 through 9 in this, and I guess you can just consider this background footage. I might go over a couple mistakes that happen commonly too. I'll skip through it obviously. But yeah. So first off, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to break the big asteroids the second you spawn in, get 2 missiles. Because for the wave 2 boss, the purple chicken, you're going to want to send the missiles right after it dies, since it drops a lot of yellow chickens. As a team, it isn't that bad. It might bring you down on gems a little bit if not everyone rushes in at once. But solo especially, you need to time them perfectly, otherwise you will die. But anyways, that's just the starting part. Second, enemies start spawning in. Whether you're solo or your team, you immediately want to start going through them. You should try to split gems a little bit. Right now, it's kind of fine if you accidentally take someone's gems, whatever. It only starts to matter a little later on. But you gotta kill the hordes quickly. Split up. You can split up in wave 1, 2, and 3 as a 3-person. As a duo, wave 3 you might not want to go out, or if you do, you'll want to go together. And solo, wave 3 you're just going to be camping. But for now, clear all the enemies you can. In a solo, if you see too many enemies together, don't go for them, just lure them in one at a time. Make sure that their gems are close enough to grab before killing them. Otherwise, you might end up in a bad situation. But basically, that's just the whole strat for wave 1. Just level up. You can mine asteroids a little bit to get gems. You can leave an enemy left, because after the enemies die, the asteroids, they'll still give gems, but they won't give nearly as many. You'll get a lot less gems, so if you want to mine, you can. I wouldn't really worry about it as 3 people unless someone died or something. Solo, it's recommended. It can help you get tier 7 in wave 4 instead of at the start of wave 5. Anyways, let's skip into wave 2. Okay, start of wave 2, basically the same as wave 1. I forgot to mention, at the end of wave 1, some yellow chickens do spawn. And they'll spawn 2 green chickens. Yellow chickens aren't that hard to beat, just don't let them stack up. Wave 2 is yellow chickens that don't split. So, as a duo, trio, you can go out, kill them. You can kill them alone. As a solo, you should probably camp in the middle. But it's basically the same as wave 1. Yeah, just collect gems, keep upgrading. Remember, I'm going to be a lot higher tiers than you would be in a duo or a trio because I'm solo. I get all the gems myself. But anyways, I'm luring enemies here, getting them a little closer before killing them so I don't accidentally take too many. Even in trio, minimap awareness. Know where your enemies are, know where the bosses are. You never want to be the teammate that accidentally aggroes a boss and gets the rest of your team. You know, you lose gems, and then the rest of your team has to come save you. Never a fun time. But anyways, gonna skip through this a little more. Oh yeah, and one more thing actually. Gems take a second to despawn, and you have RCS, so sometimes it's better to shoot at an enemy while drifting into gems, or just ignore the gems completely to not die to an enemy. These ones you kind of just side strafe. For the crabs, pretty much same thing. Gonna skip through that a little bit. Oh yeah, here are some of the yellow enemies. They do a lot more damage, but as you can see, they don't split. Alright, let me skip around a little bit until I'm fighting the boss. Okay. Here I'm just trying to get a little farther away from the boss, and here, you're going to want to snipe the boss. So the second you see this, you actually have a little more range than you'd think, and the lights show how much health the boss has. So you're just going to snipe it, and just keep sniping until it dies. Don't use your secondaries. In fact, I think I switched to my rockets at one point. Or not the rocket, I don't know. I think this is missile and that's rocket, but switch to the big ones. And then you're going to want to just keep turning away if the boss gets too close. It's really slow. You're always going to be able to outrun it. Yeah, there I go. I switch. Remember, lights are really easy way to tell its health. I couldn't tell you the exact health and how many shots it'd need. But yeah, just wait until those lights get really dim. And then send out a missile the second it dies. And you see, got a good missile there. Ended up killing all the enemies, or most of the enemies for me, so I ended up actually only dropping a half shield. A lot of free gems that way. Continue, you know, and oh, one more thing. I think most people should know this, but to end a wave, you have to get the asteroid count to about 9 or 10. It's a little bit different on different waves. And also, if you need to, mine for secondaries. Just don't kill all the enemies. Because I don't know how the code works for it, but less gems drop and less secondaries drop once you've killed everything. So you skip over to wave 3. Wave 3, duo, stick together when you're fighting the enemies. Trio, you can still go out, but you should all be tier 4 by this point. If you have one tier 5, one tier 4, and one tier 3 though, you should not be roaming because tier 3's gonna get died. But basically, just go out and roam together. Be careful of anyone if their health gets low. If you're solo, just dodge the enemy for a little bit, let them get closer to you. And I can't believe I missed those lines. Must have been blind. But anyways, yeah, wave 1, 2, and 3 are pretty much all the same. Just kill enemies. These yellow ones do split into 2 greens, so just be careful of that. You can send out secondaries if you need to. And then, skipping through a little bit. Same thing with those enemies, with the green crabs, yellow crabs, and red crabs. You dodge to the side, you don't want to take them head on and it'll just steal too much shield, until you're in Aries, of course, and you can't really dodge, but, yeah. Skip through this a little bit, and this is Yellow Fortress, so Yellow Fortress can be, oh, yeah, okay. I got here a little bit, I got attacked a little bit early. You just, I set all of my mines here, which luckily worked. But if you're not lucky enough to get mines, you're dead. It's one of the hardest bosses to take on solo early on unless you get lucky. But yeah, I did lose some gems, but luckily didn't lose too many. And then on to wave 4, you're going to need to destroy every single asteroid, which can be a pain, because sometimes you send them flying and then you have to try to catch them. It's not fun as a no defender. For here, you should all be tier 4, maybe 1 or 2 tier 5s. Have one of them start a chain reaction. If you're tier 4, try not to hit the asteroids. If you're ever going up for gems, go diagonally. Since that gives you enough time to turn down, and that'll slow you down just enough to not take as much damage. If you did manage to get a tier 6 though and someone's under-tiered, you might want to try to protect the under-tiered person and really try to set off that reaction. Just know that the map is not perfectly right, so You're not going to be able to perfectly tell where asteroids are. That's just the way it is. But skip around a little bit until the enemies start spawning. Okay, over here. It doesn't even matter if you're tier 4. It doesn't even matter if you're tier 4 still. You'll be perfectly fine against these enemies. Sorry about my audio starting to glitch here. Xbox Game Bar videos that are really long start to glitch, which means you get glitched audio. Well, actually, I'll turn off the audio for this, just because it's glitched. But yeah, just kill these enemies. Literally free gems. Sometimes you'll get knocked away from them. But you should always be facing towards the gems. Because A, if there's an enemy trying to hit you, it'll hit you into the gems from the back. Or if it's in front of you, you can kill it. And that's actually one of the reasons I died on wave 9 with 15 enemies left. Was because I was not facing my gem pool, since I was trying to get some gems on the outer since I got greedy. And then Red Piranha came along, destroyed my day, and that's the story of how I died. But yeah, just always be pointing the gems. Here I get Aries. You probably have 2 tier 6s and a tier 5. If you did good on your asteroid mining, you'll have 3 tier 6s, maybe one of them's half gem already. Continue killing the enemies. And then wave 5. Hold on. Okay. Wave 5. I don't care if you're duo, trio, or solo. Be super aggressive. It does not spawn in that many enemies. I mean, it spawns in a lot, but it doesn't spawn in as many as you think. 10 enemies is not that bad. And then the greens do like no damage, so just focus on killing the reds. The greens will end up dying from secondary lasers or whatever. Here though, always focus enemy over gem. You can drop some heavy mines if you need to, because you will lose some gems here. It's kind of just the way it is. So, no matter what your group size is here, just be aggro. Focus the reds first. You'll kill them really fast. As you can see, there's only 2 left already. And then here you should be able to get 1 Aries. This is where gem stealing... I mean, I wouldn't really try to steal it from each other, but you should be trying to get 1 person up to Aries by now. Because you're going to need it to kill the hirsute. I mean, I've circle danced both at the same time as a no defender and killed them. It took like 4.5 minutes just to kill one of them. But yeah, just Aries makes everything nicer. Careful when you're in Aries though, because these enemies do give a lot of gems that you can easily steal from your teammates. But yeah, just try to get everyone to tier 7 this wave. If you still have a tier 6 even later on, I've had a tier 6 teammate before on wave 9 and we still got him to Aries. So just try to get them, but if you can't, it's fine. Here, always focus red crabs, and then the candlesticks are easy to kill. And watch out for the yellow hirsutes. They bounce off of enemies and asteroids, but they are super strong. You need full gems as an Aries, or half gem full shield to be able to tank them, face tank them. And you can't circle dance them with a lot of enemies left, because the other enemies will kill you. But just continue on. I believe I die here? I don't... No, it turned away. Yeah. This is one of the moments where I'm being aggro trying to kill it. I actually do die once in wave 5 because I tried to attack a hirsute way too early. The other one, but just end up killing it. If team, it's super easy. You can face tank it perfectly fine. Just make sure to have Aries in front. They don't even drop that many gems anyway, so you're not stealing that many. And then here, I believe I go for the hirsute, which is a horrible idea. Just no. I tried try to face tank it, and as you can see, you cannot face tank this. Anyways, though, I come back, I destroy the rest of the enemies. That's also why minimap awareness, because you will find them eventually. Here is one of the points where there's not like any enemies left, so you can circle dance it. I haven't circle danced a one in a while, but this is basically how it works. You hit it with your side gun, going forwards. If it's hitting you too much, turn more inside for a little bit. You can tank plenty of shots, so don't worry if you're missing some. It doesn't regen that fast. Watch out for asteroids if you see one turn in early. And you'll just slowly kill it. Just trust that it's taking damage, because it'll eventually die. And then you kill it. So that was wave 5. Wave 5 drops a lot of gems. Same with wave 6 and wave 7. By then you should be able to get all 3 people to Aries. Even 4 people to Aries, if you have 4 people. Now, let me just get past asteroid destroying part. Okay, wave 6. Mine for secondaries. Heavy mines, light mines, stack up on all the mines you can. Torpedoes. If you have rockets, trade them for mines. Mines are just so much more useful in every situation. All these enemies, though, pretty easy to kill. Plenty of gems, although annoying to hit. So just keep killing the enemies. Stay in the center, because at one point someone is going to go down to gem pool. These enemies do a ton of damage. And yeah, it's honestly a pretty similar strategy for everything. Just always be facing your gem pool. You can drop some mines like I did there. They're helpful later on, but if it's to prevent you from dying or losing too many gems, it's always better to drop mines. And also, you don't want to get too far spread out on your gem pool unless there's a lot of gems that you need to grab. But if we keep on going, it's basically just staying really close to my gem pool the whole time, occasionally going out and grabbing secondaries until there's almost none left. And then this one enemy plays catch with me forever. And then here, I believe, is the red fortress? No, red circle. My bad. Red fortress is wave 7. Don't try to turn away from this thing. You can't outrun it. You should really only go towards it, though, if you can face tank it with full shield, full gem. You don't even need the mines, but if it starts shooting at you, don't try to turn away or everything. That's when you just run into it, so that way you can keep your gem pool easier. And it shoots really slow. You'll be perfectly fine. You kill it, easy wave 6, free gems. Now you go on and clear everything. And one thing, I would not point farm off of the enemies that spawns. Just if you want to point farm and get like 300,000 points, just wait for this final boss to keep spawning red circles. Kill him there. But asteroid mine for secondaries. Red piranhas will knock you around no matter what you're in. So just be aware of that. Always be facing them. Even the yellows can knock you around. But they're not nearly as bad. Also, don't trade gems for lives, like, ever. Even though this wave is easy, extra lives are almost worthless even when you're in a team. You can't get your gems up fast enough. But, yeah, just super easy again. Keep killing the red piranhas that spawn. There's going to be 2 yellow circles. Oh. There's going to be 2 yellow circles at first, and then it's going to be a red fortress. And as you can see, I have a lot of secondaries. Yellow circles, super easy to kill. And as you can see, their red piranhas are really not your friends. But just keep killing it. By now, as a team of 3, you should be able to have 3 Aries unless you made a real big mistake. In which case, this is the time where you need to get them all the way up to Aries. Be careful of the movement on the map. If a boss is moving unusually fast, then that means that it's a red fortress and not the yellow circle. But this is the yellow circle, so take it on. Pretty easy. Like I said, wave 6 and 7, great for gems. Aries is a black hole, so once you get it to 980 gems, you'll stop stealing everyone else's. Then kill off as many remaining asteroids as you want for secondaries if you believe that you don't have enough. For now, run over to the red fortress. Oh, hold on. Try to snipe it as much as you can. That should go for any boss. You should always be trying to snipe it. And the second it starts shooting at you, then that's where you want to go in. Use everything you have. As you can see, torpedoes do insane damage to it. It died ridiculously fast. Just some random enemies left now, and a lot of asteroid mining. Oh, yeah, and that reminds me, Wave 8 will start, like, no matter how many asteroids are left on Wave 7. So, yeah. If you want to do yourself a favor, you can kill some more. Now this, you should save up as many mines as you can. You should be secondary mining this whole time until the bosses spawn. You should try to be breaking up the big asteroids, since they do the most damage to you, and you don't want to deal with them. So just mine for a little bit. The secondary drops are really rare on these, but they are possible, as you can see. Here, I drop all of my mines down, same exact spot. I just want to show you what this looks like, so I'm going to move off of it. But, yeah, basically you just try to get the purple piranha to come over to you. I mean, it just gave me free shots here, which is great. Less mines that need to be used, but they do break with asteroids, even though they're supposed to, you know, be the ones bringing you into asteroids. Basically, though, when it does decide to ram you, dies. This one decides to ram me, goes through all of my mines, almost dies, and it takes ram damage from you too. But that's how it died there. Pretty easy win since I got lucky with my mines. From here, it's just a ton of mining. Enemies do spawn in, including purple .2s. They do a lot of damage. Here's one now. But they're really easy to block. They'll turn away after shooting a couple times. Not really that much of a problem. You might go to gems a little bit, but it's really not that big of a deal. Now everyone should be Aries, like. And just because I have had someone survive as a tier 6 in Wave 9 does not mean you should have them be a tier 6. You just keep going, killing all the enemies off, kill all the asteroids. Wave 9, I decide to stay in the middle and try to mine for secondaries. Honestly, knowing how Wave 9 is, though, I shouldn't have done this. Wave 9 swarms you quickly. You have to kill as many enemies as you can first. Also, defense pods and attack pods are not that great. The green stuff doesn't really matter at this point. Just kill anything that's red. And now, I did do okay here, staying in the same spot, but imagine if I had gone out sooner and killed all those enemies, would have been a lot less to swarm me later on. And they do outturn you like that, so yeah, if you see a group member struggling to kill an enemy, be a good teammate, kill it for them. Because they do take, they can take quite a beating before dying to ram damage. Take any secondaries you get still. And then when you do go down to gems, always be pointing towards your gem pool. If you see any secondaries, go for them. Unless you're like in a really bad state in your gem pool, otherwise mines will always help you. You should immediately place them down as a solo. Even as a team, it's recommended. It just helps your teammates out. But here, I'm down in the gems, so I decide to stay instead of going for those missiles. They're not worth it. As you can see, they do a lot of damage quick. And the yellow, what are they called? I don't remember what those things are called. But the yellow things have a lot of health. They can tank 2 full aries shots. So you just gotta be careful of them. Especially if you have as bad aim as me. But I got gifted with heavy mines a lot during this. And then I believe any second now. Yes, I believe it's right here. No, not right here. Okay, anyways, at one point I point away from my gem pool, and then I get rammed in the back by a yellow piranha, or a red piranha. And there will be 2 yellow hirsutes and 1 red hirsute that spawns. Now, apparently the red hirsute is uncircle danceable. I haven't tested that yet because I don't like wasting my runs on that. But anyways, here, get knocked away from the big gems in my pool pretty bad. Especially since they start despawning. And then here is where I die. Because I wasn't facing my gem pool. From there, it's kind of just spawn and immediately die. Because I can't get gems. Because there's a yellow hirsute that got rammed. As you can see, though, there's 3 bosses. If you accidentally mistake a red hirsute for a yellow hirsute, you're just screwed. I mean, I'm gonna try to test if, with my new strategy, if you can circle dance a red hirsute. But generally, they're just considered too big to be able to circle dance. There it is, right there, actually. But basically, the strategy normally would be with the red hirsute is that you want to destroy every single enemy, every single asteroid, and I believe this was my final death. Basically, though, you just want to shoot it in the back. If you're a team of 3 aries, feel free to tank it. Just remember that someone's going to be losing gems, and then for wave 10, a lot of enemies stick together, all together, not a group of 2 and a group of 2 if you're a 4-player, just everyone stick together. But basically, here you can see how much damage it does per hit. That's death. But anyways, yeah, that's the video.